All right. Well, Jared, welcome to the first inaugural episode of Phenomenal Fan Podcast, number 1, episode 1, season 1, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, I'm Ryan. You can see my little tag down here. Jared is to, I guess it would be your guys' left, my right. And we're here to just talk about sports as kind of casual fans, experience in the sports gambling industry, give our insights that hold absolutely no weight because our opinions don't really matter that much. But
Zero.
Yeah, but we like to talk sports and relate to people, and I'm sure people can relate to us. So, Jared,
Well, and that was the thing when Ryan, you asked me to be part of a podcast. Like, I actually got pretty thrilled about it because I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Most of the time when we're hanging around other people, you and I are just going on tangents in different ways about sports.
Yep.
And we have funny ways to describe things, right? So like people, I just kind of figured like when you hit me up, I was like, that's like, hey, this is gonna be a good idea. And when you start a podcast, it's there's like cringe factor to it, right?
Right.
Like it's tough to record something and like expect people to listen to you and you get like 6 views, you know? So like
it's part of it.
There was definitely part of that. And I was like, you know what? This is my life, right? Like just like it's yours. You work for Max and Bet. I work for Sport Trade.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. No, it doesn't. I'm not going to be revealing any insider secrets, you know? It's on my LinkedIn profile, public, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. So I work for a company called Sport Trade, and Ryan and I were former college teammates. Just bullshit pitchers at some
baseball,
you know?
Baseball, yeah.
You know, but we loved the game, and we loved like being part of it. And post college, we both got into sports gaming, which was so cool. I loved when he started with PointsBet. I started with the company that was like pre-launch still. Actually, I'm still with the company that's pre-launch, but like they got bought out by a bigger company. So like when I like heard Ryan was getting into the same industry, I got kind of pumped up because it's cool to be able to talk about that with.
And it was so new when we were both getting into it. It was so new. Like I don't even think when I started working in the industry, it was even legal in the state of Colorado. It actually wasn't. It was like you were
still license pending.
No, not even my company. Like our company the company I was at had moved to Colorado because they were banking on the legislation passing, and it did, because why wouldn't it? But like if it didn't pass, like they moved half their company to Colorado. That would have sucked ass.
Gee, yeah, I bet they didn't know.
yeah. No, but it passed, and we both got in the industry, so we both gamble on sports. We both watch sports pretty religiously. We're both baseball guys at heart, but football's tops for both of us too, obviously being in the industry. Basketball for me is not quite up there, but really Jared is he's
I'm a lottery ticket placer. That's what I like to call it.
Parlay,
I don't like playing a game straight up because like if you've ever hit a big parlay before, it gets really tough to take like a minus 110. You know what I mean? So I like to take big parlays, and I like to put like $10 down on
25 team same game parlay, and then have Markeith.
That's some DGen shit. I get that.
Markeith Morris sure missing 3.5 assists. Is that his name? Markeith Morris? Monte Morris. See, that's how much I know about basketball. Yeah. Monte Morris on the Nuggets, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
averaging, by the way, I looked it up after you sent that parlay. He's averaging 5 assists per game. So over 3.5 was
So I'll give a little backstory here. Just real quick one. I played I had a deposit match on a FanDuel thing. I put $250 in. I got this free $250 to play with. I'm gonna take some lotto tickets, basically, is what I like to call them. And I put $10 down on Nuggets and Utah Jazz versus Pistons same game parlay.
Combined, by the way, which is new. Is that not new? Not to interrupt you. To combine same game parlays.
Dude, on FanDuel is the only platform I know that even does it. And the cool thing is they don't provide a whole lot of like all unders, but they provide all overs, which is like fun because like in my mind, if you're playing a parlay like this, like I don't want to take 50-50 shots, coin flips.
No.
I want to take something like
That's
if
a
I see that a
guarantee.
guy has, if I see a guy hit 6 rebounds in 10 straight games, I'm gonna take him over 5.5, and that's part of the parlay, right? So I crafted this one. I call it
One of them, one of the
Uh,
legs I saw in there was like, because Jokic, at least in the last week or two, from what I have gathered in watching the basketball highlights, the guy's averaging like 30, 35 points a game. And you took like
He's been
over
unreal.
22 and a half or something, over 23 and a half.
I actually took his alt over 23.5 and
Yeah.
scored 26.
Okay,
And
but yeah.
if I were to take the offered
The actual, yeah.
offered line by the book, it would have been like 27.5.
And it wouldn't have hit. Right.
So I love using that in like to my own discretion and saying, hey, I'm gonna notch this down 1 rebound or whatever it is, right? And like try to make
That'll
it a
hit.
guaranteed thing. And when you're taking 25 legs,
25 legs, by the way.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're taking something that's minus 450, because if you're stacking 25 things that are minus 450 on top of each other,
it turns into a lottery ticket.
It pays out the ass.
Yeah.
That's why I call them lotto tickets. So this specific one went 24 for 25, and Monte Morris needed 3.5 assists.
Over 3.5 assists. Over 3.5. Over 3.5.
And mind you, Aaron Gordon had 8 assists in that game, Arnold.
Aaron Gordon. Yeah.
Aaron Gordon. 8 assists.
Yeah.
And he had a good game. He's been playing well, you know. But it's like, man, when you look back at it, it's like you were the one person out of the 25 that did me dirty.
Right.
And but I mean that it's funny though.
It's part of it.
It's funny, and you understand. You put $10 down to win 5,600. It's a lotto ticket.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So that's the level of gambling that we're at, is 25 leg same game parlays. But you know, hey, sometimes they hit.
Hey, that's a lotto ticket.
That's a one-time lotto ticket. Yeah.
That's
enough.
not how we. That's not how we normally gamble. We
So,
gamble 6 games.
Yeah, fair enough. Which still don't hit, but fair enough. I'm a big fan of the same game parlays and 6 legs, but I feel like I should stop doing that, because I find myself like, I need, you know, under this, but like this team to cover the spread. So it's like, okay, they can score one more, and then no one else can score the rest of the game. But it's the third quarter with 12 minutes left. I'm like, fuck, like, and then I'm gonna lose because it's gonna go over. Like, so I should parlay multiple games together. Yeah.
There's 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I have the under, but
I also have over and Jokic points. You know, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, no,
like, so if Jokic is the only guy that scores for the Nuggets for the next 7 minutes, then he'll go over, but the Nuggets will stay under 109 as a team. Like, that shit, I hate that.
But I have Will Barton under 2.5 threes. So.
Yeah. So, but I have Jokic over 5 assists. So 1 assist can go to Barton as a 3-point shot, but none. Yeah.
So you end up so ideally.
I hate same game parlays. I hate them. I don't hate them. I bet them all the time. I'm just saying I hate them because they never hit.
That is not true.
For me, no, that's what I'm saying. You can hit. I don't.
Did I ever send you the one that hit for $7,000 this year?
I think you did. Yeah.
The Bills Pats game. It's win. Dude, they had
under everything.
I undered every passing thing.
Yeah.
I took all unders. So I was on.
Yeah.
I used the the lowest alt under they would give you.
Under Mac Jones, 110 passing yards.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was super low. And Josh Allen, under 149, right? But like there was videos.
Oh no,
of
I saw
kickers
it. Yeah.
Kicking the ball that looked like you know.
There was guys making and missing 30-yarders and making 78-yard field goals.
It was the Ottavino slider. Like that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It just it went up and it hit a brick wall and it went left.
Yep.
Just like.
Yeah, they lined up.
Old great Adam Ottavino.
The wind was behind those guys. They hammered I saw some guy had a 73-yard field goal and it hit like the top of the net. I was like, what the fuck? I was like holy shit.
So that specific game, I hit I don't even know what the odds were. Well, actually I could probably tell you because I won $7,000. So I got $50 to win $7,000.
$7,000.
Plus 13,000. that was what the odds were, and I just bet all the rushing overs, no touchdown scores, no game implication. Actually, no, I take that back. I had Pats plus 10.5. Which was also an alt spread.
Alt line, yeah.
And I took I took all the passing unders, all the receiving unders, and all the rushing overs.
Yep.
And Devin Singletary broke a 20-yard run in the fourth quarter, and I was like, oh my god.
Yep.
If Josh Allen doesn't throw for another 10 yards, I'm hitting this bet.
And he didn't.
Oh man, light me up one time. What that feels like to win $7,000 off of a $50 bet.
Oh yeah.
It's like I was like, oh, credit card paid. you know what I mean? Like you use it. You actually use that shit for like things that you like.
Oh no, that's rent. Happen. That's like
that's rent. Well, that'd be 7 months of rent in Denver.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
If you live where I live, if you live by yourself, that's like fucking 3 months of rent, I guess.
Yeah. So, anyways, we gamble. You know.
Hey, you're gonna be the pacemaker here, man.
No. We
I'm gonna riff.
We wanted to talk about these games, these NFL games, because we just finished up with the Bills Chiefs game, which I don't know. I mean, it was obviously super entertaining, but I was really disappointed with like just the rules. Not even like it's cool that the Chiefs go down and score a touchdown, but it's like you have to give. Anyways, we'll get into that after we cover these other games. We'll get it.
What's it say? What's it say? Fuck a coin flip.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. No,
but what I mean?
We'll start with Bengals Titans. Obviously, that was the first game of the weekend. Bengals, honestly, like Joe Burrow played well, but like the Bengals didn't play well. Like the Bengals actually kind of looked like shit.
As a unit, they did not play well.
The defense played okay, but I don't know what you mean if the defense is actually good or if Ryan Tannehill just sucks ass. I think it's a combination of both. But I think
Tannehill sucks ass other than like 4 throws a game. Like,
correct.
You know, like that throw to AJ Brown.
Great throw. Back shoulder.
He does some shit like that. He's definitely an athlete.
But
he's a very good athlete.
People used to he used to get so much like credit, and to this day I've like every time people talk about Tannehill, I'm like he's a more winning Kirk Cousins. Like he's exact same quarterback. If Kirk Cousins like had a top defense or a really good head coach like Mike Vrabel, and he had like the weapons are a little bit better, I think, for Kirk.
Athletic. So much more athletic.
Tannehill?
For Kirk. You think that the weapons are better for Kirk?
I mean, when he's got everybody healthy, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen.
So Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, and Julio Jones don't.
Julio's washed.
That.
Julio's washed. I think they're a little bit better.
Julio is washed, but
I think
he scored his first touchdown like last week.
If you want to match them up side by side, Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry, literally at their peaks, like when they're both fully healthy, might be the number one in no particular order, 1 and 2 in running backs in the NFL. When they're both healthy. Like, so that's a toss-up for me if you want to compare. Yeah. And then you go Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown. Okay, that's a toss-up. They're both good.
JJ.
Then is there anybody else in the Titans receiving core that matches an Adam Thielen red zone target? You know what I mean? Like
Westbrook Akina?
No, I think Kirk's weapons are better, but Tannehill can run.
Comparing Adam Thielen to Westbrook Akina, I don't even know his first name.
Yeah, no, I don't know who that is at all. Actually,
all I know, he's somebody on the Titans. But all I know is I had a buddy that wanted to take a hey, you pick 3, I pick 3 parlay this week. And he took Westbrook Akina over 27 yards. And I was like, all right, let's throw it in there. And I looked at the game logs, and he had, rightfully so, had like 40 yards plus in like 5 straight games.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not actually a bad pick. But, did I trash his ass afterwards when he had 0 catches for 0 yards?
Nick Westbrook Akine? Is that what it is? Akine?
I say Akeenum. I don't know.
It's Akine. Okay, so I'm looking at the box score right now. Okay, Deontay Foreman. By the way, just side topic here. Deontay Foreman.
Dante.
Oh, really?
Is it Deontay?
It's
Is it
D
Deontay?
apostrophe Onta. So I think it's Deontay, like Deontay.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
It's not like Deontay. There's no E in there, but it's definitely not
It's
Dante Foreman. I think it's Deontay. Deontay. Which I'm not making fun of him. I just like that's a really unique name. I actually kind of like that name.
Probably a great guy. He's probably a gentleman.
Well, but my point on him was I think he would start on a bunch of teams in the NFL. The way he ran the ball in that game, dude, he had 4 carries for 66 yards. He had 16 yards a carry. What the hell?
He made people like I went to Tom's Watch Bar over there in McGregor Square
For the game.
where I was there. Yeah, I was there with you the weekend before. But I was there and people were like, well, since he kind of looks like Derrick Henry, like he's got the hair sticking out the back.
Yeah.
People thought it was Derrick Henry.
I know, he's a miniature Derrick Henry. Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
But you know what? He was nasty with he was pretty good with the Texans before that.
See, I didn't even know he was on the Texans.
He was with the Texans before, but he's a
No, you're good. You're good. I'm throwing in a little choinker, so
you're just blanking out real quick. I was like, oh, we just
no.
lost the
It's still good. Still good.
So he was with the Texans before.
I didn't know
and
that.
Like he was productive, but like anyone coming from the Texans, like especially like the Texans are like an old like shut down gas station without Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Like,
no, Texans are
nobody wants to stop it. Nobody.
Okay, so I'm looking at his game logs. So 2017, he played in the NFL on. It must have been the Texans. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, probably. It was probably the Texans. He was good. He tore his ACL.
He had 327 yards on 78 carries, so nothing great. 2020, he had 22 carries for 95 yards in like 7 games, so he didn't get a ton of action, dude. And then this year, he had 1, 2, 3 games over 100 yards rushing when Derrick Henry was out. I think he's really good, but
pretty good. I got a question right now, Arnie. Put $100 in it right now. Me and you.
What?
Man, call it a fake $100. I don't care.
On what?
On this year, like I was down in the base. I was watching the game in the basement. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Keep going.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, Siri popped up in the corner.
Oh.
I must have set her off. But I have a question right now for you.
Let's hear it.
That would, I bet you like on sports.
That I wouldn't get it.
Sportsbooks would make $100 bajillion.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill this year over on. So my big thing right now is I think Deebo Samuel is more explosive than Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
As a player.
Okay.
I think Deebo Samuel is faster, like maybe not faster overall, but like more explosive.
Okay.
He's a little bit bigger. He can run guys over. They play him at running back.
Yeah.
So I had a question that I threw on to the guys in the basement. I said, hey, over under, how many 100-yard games did Tyreek Hill have this year?
Receiving?
Over under 2.5. Yeah, receiving. Over under 2.5.
Well, now I'm going to say under because.
Yeah, of course. Well, because I'm
going to say yeah, but if you wouldn't have preluded it, I would have said he had at least 4. Right. At least 4 like at a minimum.
Four. Now that you know that, but if I didn't say that right there, I think that like most people would say like, oh, it's a 17-game season.
That's what I'm saying. 4. Oh yeah,
he had 7.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like to see that this was Tyreek Hill's most unproductive season. Just like he's like this is his Steph Curry year. They're matching each other.
So what was the that was just a random thing you thought of for that game? Because he had over 100 tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a couple of big catches tonight for sure.
All right, so back to Ben.
He's still explosive.
Oh no, he's great. Yeah, he sucks. Bengals and Bengals and Titans.
This is why you're the pace setter.
Yeah, Bengals and Titans. Looking at the quarterback numbers.
We can go on a riff. I knew we could go on a riff. Like
no, easily. So looking at the QB numbers, Burrow obviously outplayed Tannehill. Tannehill. So I don't know like what to make of these like rating numbers because like I've had this debate.
Nobody gets QBR.
Yeah, I've had this debate with a lot of people about like passer rating, QBR. Yeah. Problem is, no one knows how it's calculated, which is bullshit. I think people they need to like at least let. But it's the same with baseball. And we'll get into that when we talk baseball.
It's the OPS of baseball.
Yeah, but it's like the WAR of baseball almost, where it's like you don't know how the fuck do you calculate WAR. Because OPS is on base plus slugging, so you know what OPS is. But either way,
I know it's on base plus slugging, but it's really tough for people to understand what slugging
is. Yeah. Means. No, I get it.
Right. Slugging percentage.
Yeah.
Like, are we a little league coach?
Yeah.
He's a slugger out
there. Are we boxers in the 1890s? Gonna slug them. We're gonna. Why I oughta.
Oh.
Yeah. So, anyways, Burrow had 348 yards. He didn't actually throw for a touchdown, which is interesting. Tannehill, 0 touchdowns. Mixon had the only touchdown.
It was the ultimate game of like get to the red zone and then fucking tip
just fizzle out. Yeah, just something. Yeah. Well, so Tannehill throws a pick on the first play of the game. Unacceptable, in my opinion. Unacceptable. First of all, run the football. Like, just run it. Give Derrick Henry, if he's healthy enough to get 20 carries, I'm sorry, but like you're playing for a Super Bowl, give him the ball 30 times, at minimum 30 times. If you have Tannehill at QB, Tannehill is effective when Derrick Henry's getting the ball 30 times a game. I guess you can count the 4 with Deontay Foreman, but they ran the ball 24 times and with their running backs. And I think maybe they just didn't run enough plays, but Tannehill throwing the ball as many times as they pass the ball, that doesn't mean they're going to win, in my opinion. It's the opposite for Cincinnati. They don't have to run the ball super effectively because Joe Burrow's a beast. But Burrow's quarterback rating was 93, which is pretty good. Tannehill's Tannehill's passer rating was 66, which is bad. Like, that's a bad passer rating. 93 for Burrow, 66 for Tannehill. But then the QBR, I think it's out of 100. Burrow's was 28, and Tannehill's.
That's the fucked up part about QBR. Is QBR has like some weird peak number. It's like 156.
Oh, it is 156. You're right. No, that's passer rating. Weird. That's passer rating. Passer rating's 156.
What the fuck is the difference?
No, wait. Passer rating's 138. I'm pretty sure. 138.
Okay. So QBR
top number. I think it's got to be 100.
158.3.
So then
I'm so right. I'm so right about everything.
Passer rating, top number. Passer rating. No, that's what you're looking at. Passer rating. Passer rating's 158.3. Look up
QBR. I'm looking at one of the criticisms of traditional QB rating is that it's unwildly thanks to maximum score of 158.3.
So, I mean, 2021 NFL. Then what is
your sources, bud?
What I don't know what passer rating is. That I don't, dude. None of it makes sense. Here's team.
Shaw?
Here's team rating.
You have a McLipper in?
Yeah. We're just chatting. We're chatting about sports. So apparently Rodgers' QB rating this year was 110. Burrow's was 107. He was number 2 in the league in QBR this year.
So your current logic, your logic 5 seconds ago doesn't make sense.
I didn't have logic. I was talking. No, it's not out of 100. I was wrong. I need to find out what.
I'm so much smarter than you.
When I'm looking at the box score of the game, and it has Joe Burrow 28 for 37, 348 yards, 9.4 average, no touchdowns, 1 pick. By the way, it's listed on here. 9 sacks. 9 sacks.
Yeah.
9 sacks.
Dude, that's what I was thinking when I watched the game. I was like, God damn it. I wish so different sports books have different offerings.
Can they offer over sacks? Over and under sacks?
Yeah, DraftKings has total sacks.
Wow.
FanDuel don't have that shit. Because I like FanDuel. So what, DraftKings? God, dude, I should be like a fucking executive on their board, just to advise them on like the customer experience level.
Well,
like what FanDuel does, if you say I had Julio Jones receiving yards, whatever, right? over 40. When you go on FanDuel, you click on your bet, and it says, "Oh, Julio Jones has 27 yards." Right? DraftKings, for some reason, doesn't fucking do that. You know why?
It should
Because
show you, yeah.
They're missing us.
Yeah.
They're missing one of us in their company.
They're missing both of us. How about that?
Guys,
Let's put us both in there.
Figure it out. Guys,
Yeah.
this is, you want to be competitive, you want to be the top dog. Stop losing $400 million a quarter on trying to advertise to everybody and offering fucking bonuses, and figure out what the customer wants.
Yeah.
The customer wants to be able to track their bet and say, okay, I get it. Okay, right here, I have Julio Jones over 40 yards. He's got 27 and 3 catches, you know? Like show that on the bet slip.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't want to click between your book
and
the
ESPN
NBA app or the NFL app. Yeah, right. Like let us see that.
Yeah.
Like on your book.
Yeah,
Come on. You have so much fucking money behind this.
Yeah,
like,
so
how do you not?
So you have
By the way, QBR is not up to 100.
What is so okay, I was going through it. 9 sacks for 68 yards lost, by the way, which is just absurd. Then he has QBR listed at 28.2, which out of 158, that is like horrible. That sounds miserable, especially since he had over 100 the whole year. And then there's another stat.
Read that last one back. I want to hear it again.
What, all his stats or just QBR?
No, just the last stat. No, not QBR. The last stat you just said.
The 9 sacks for 68 yards?
No.
QBR,
You had
QBR he had in this game against Tennessee was 28.2, but this season he was second in the NFL in QBR with 107.4. I don't know if that's regular season. I think it is. So he played well, but then there's QBR listed under passing, and then there's rating, RTG, and it's 93.1. What the fuck is that? I think that's passer rating.
Who's paying attention to these statistics?
The point is, Tannehill's were way worse.
Okay, I get that, but these stats, like, fuck off.
What is passer rating? Passer rating is calculated. Oh, here we go. Passer rating.
Make it English.
Is a measure of performance of quarterbacks. Blah blah blah. 2 formulas are used. Passer rating is on a scale from 0 to 158.3. So what the fuck is? What's
the difference?
What is quarterback rating?
I'm looking at it right now.
Dude, I think when you look up quarterback rating, it just automatically like tells you passer rating.
Because it's a fucking dumb stat, Arnold.
QBR. Oh my god, I don't even. All right, we're not going to get into it. We're just talking about the games. We're talking about the games. Mixon.
No. Hey man, this is a podcast. We got to bring up all of the controversial points. This is fucking stupid. Hey, figure it out.
I think there was a.
You want your stats? Dude, how am I supposed to calculate what the fucking quarterback rating is? Like nobody knows that shit.
So quarterback rating, that number that was 28.2 for Burrow is an ESPN only stat.
Oh my god, dude! Fuck off, then ESPN.
And for each successful play,
Disney World. So go look at a mouse with big ears.
So this says. So this article on ESPN. This ESPN says, how does QBR actually work? For each play, QBR, not passer rating, which is 158. QBR begins by asking how successful the play was for the team given the context. So apparently they're able to calculate how difficult the throws were, which is stupid, but it still doesn't tell me what.
Do me a favor, be my algebra teacher then. Calculate that. What? Arnie, right? Keep reading. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like that's what I thought in my head.
All right, so traditional NFL stats often act like funhouse mirrors, making quarterback's performance look like something it isn't. For example, take a look at the stat lines in the 2015 NFC wildcard game between the Packers and Redskins previously. Aaron Rodgers, 21 of 36, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 93.5 passer rating. That's out of 158. Kirk Cousins, 29 of 46, 329, 1 touchdown, no picks, 91 passer rating. Traditional box scores distort the performances of Rodgers and Cousins in this game because they, 1, fail to account for all the ways a quarterback can affect the game, 2, don't put plays into proper context, and 3, don't acknowledge that the quarterback has teammates who affect each play and should also get credit for everything.
How about weather, Arnold? On top of that,
Yeah. ESPN's total QBR, which was released in 2011, has never claimed to be perfect, but unlike other measures of quarterback performance, it incorporates all the quarterback's contributions to winning.
oh
Just
my
tell me what it is
God.
out of what's the highest number?
Stop making 158.3 a number. What the fuck? Are we on AM radio?
This is
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are we on AM radio right now?
All right, so
ESPN, do me a favor. Suck a dick.
So bottom line is Tennessee played not horrible. Derrick Henry ran okay, but I think Tannehill lost in that game because he's not good. So it happens.
He's not that tight. He's the receiver. You know that?
What?
Didn't he go into Texas?
Yeah, he was a receiver at A&M, right?
Receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Titans number one seed in the AFC.
I'm not fucking talking to you.
ESPN
Dude.
or number one seed Tennessee.
Fuck off.
Tennessee's the number one seed in the AFC. They lose. The next game that day was 49ers Packers one seed. Packers are the one seed. They lose. If you're looking at the stats for San Francisco, Green Bay, 49ers won 13-10. Now this game for me, it's solidified a lot of the arguments I've made about the general arguments of who the greatest quarterback of all time is, in my opinion. I still think it's Tom Brady. There's probably no argument against it. But a lot of people say Tom Brady's the best because single-handedly, like, he wins games, and Rodgers is like maybe number two because he wins games by himself. The run Super Bowl Rodgers won. Their defense was horrible. He carried them to the ring. Okay, got it. This game, the Packers lost this game because their special teams fucking sucks. That's why they lost the game. Rodgers didn't play well. They ran the ball okay, but they had a blocked field goal to end the first half. They had a blocked punt that was a touchdown. If that punt gets away clean, San Francisco doesn't win the game. If Green Bay has an extra 3 points on the board, it's 13-13, and you never know. The point is, special teams is really important, in my opinion, and Green Bay's special teams coordinator, I don't know who he is, but he was probably sweating bullets walking off the field in the blizzard in Green Bay, sweating because he's like, my job, dude, he needs to be fired. Or maybe they don't have the right personnel out there. I don't know who it is, man.
Is it on him though? Because like it's probably not a personnel issue. I always wonder this, man, because like,
or is it a tip of the cap to the 49ers special teams guy? You know?
I don't know. Or is it that fucking Joe Schmo
on special teams? Yeah, number 49.
Yeah, special teams.
Yeah,
he's number 49. And for some reason he's like the edge guy, you know.
Yeah.
On a punt, and he goes, well, you know, the team doesn't value me that much, but like my family's visiting, and there's this cool bar downtown. Yeah, and that guy's hungover. Right, he might be hungover. Yeah. And he goes,
he can't feel anything anyways. Yeah.
He's just going, he's just giving a lackluster effort at a block. Who knows what the fuck it is? But I hate to pin a missed block on a coordinator. The guy's only supposed to fucking
that's how I am too. Yeah. No, it's the same way. You can't blame head coaches a lot of times for how teams lose. You can in some cases, right? You can blame maybe Mike McCarthy for how the Cowboys lost that game in the first round of the playoffs, running a quarterback draw. Like, he hears it over the headset, and he could very easily be like, we're not running that. We're not running that play.
I have a sexy little topic for us to talk about right
now. All right. Well, hold on.
Okay,
before we get through this game. Okay. The crazy part about it is, like, you could spin it a lot of different ways. Because again, looking at quarterbacks, Jimmy Garoppolo threw for 131 yards, didn't have a touchdown, one pick. The 49ers did not score an offensive touchdown this game, and they won the football game. So you could pin this on maybe the 49ers defense had played a great game, but Rodgers probably needs to play better. And in that last play,
it was 15 degrees.
No, for sure. It's going to be a low scoring game, but like that not the last play, but whatever the play was where Aaron Rodgers threw it into double coverage to Devontae Adams, and I've seen videos on Twitter and stuff. He had Allen Lazard streaking across the field, 20 yards down the field. Literally, there was not a defender within 25 yards of him. And if you'd have hit him in stride, he'd probably maybe go to the house, but it's for sure a huge chunk play gain. They don't have to punt the ball away. But Green Bay got the ball back with like 3 minutes left, and they went incomplete, and then deep ball, double coverage, incomplete. So I don't know if that's Rodgers just like, you know what, fuck it, man, I'm over the Packers, and Devontae Adams, you know, what do the quarterbacks always say? Fuck it, he's down there somewhere. But it's like, dude, he threw the ball 9 times to Aaron Jones, 9 times to Devontae Adams, and then 2 times the rest of the game to all other receivers. Once to Lazard and once to Mercedes Lewis. That's bad. You have to be able to. That's why the Chiefs are so good, because you have so many guys that you can just weaponize.
Yeah. So it's fucking Byron Pringle. Or it's Mecole Hardman,
dude,
or it's
just
Travis Kelce, or it's
guys that
Hill.
have to be covered. But in this game, you do.
They have fucking Josh Gordon, don't they?
They did at some point. They may not anymore, but they did. I don't even know if he played tonight.
Dude, he scored a touchdown. I know, but that's the thing. It's like, is Josh Gordon a weapon on the Chiefs? Like, who knows? Like,
but then you look at San Francisco receiving and rushing, and you're talking about Deebo Samuel, dude. He had 10 carries for 39 yards.
I love Deebo.
10 carries for 39 yards, which isn't, you know, that's 3.9 a carry, but that's better average than the actual running back. Elijah Mitchell at 3.1 yards a carry.
If Deebo ever sees this, I want to let Deebo know that, one, you really lifted me to a fantasy. You and Jamar Chase lifted me to a fantasy championship worth about $700. But like, I am saying this out loud, and I'll say it over and over and over again. Deebo Samuel is the most explosive player in the NFL.
Is he the best weapon in the NFL?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd
agree with
Samuel
that.
over anybody. And
that doesn't mean he's the best receiver, right? I mean, like, because I'd put like, you know, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, like those guys are the best receivers, but you can't put either of those guys in the backfield and pitch him the ball. You can't do it.
He looks like the ground looks hot.
It literally does.
He's a lava.
His feet, dude. His feet move so fast, and he runs people over too.
He's a bigger guy. So my thing is like, it's like for explosiveness, it's between him and Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek maybe a couple years ago, but hey, you got dethroned, man.
Yeah.
You got dethroned because Deebo is the most explosive player in the NFL, and it's not even close.
Yeah. No, very easily. Yeah. So
I don't care that you're fast.
So 49ers won 13-10. You had a story about something else. I don't know if you lost it already, but yeah, 49ers win that game 13-10. Aaron Rodgers is I don't know if he is Rodgers is he going to stay in Green Bay though?
Okay, so here's my thing. I'm a Denver guy, so I love
we both like the Broncos.
Yeah. You're Denver.
I like the Broncos.
You're Denver, Duke.
Hey, look, I got San Diego, born and raised. This is my live and die. It's my live and die. And there was Chargers were my live and die too. But morally, I cannot root for teams in Los Angeles. I just can't. It's like, well, I hate the Dodgers, but no, I like the LA Chargers. What? No, that doesn't add up to me. So I moved to Denver. They have a football team. So Rodgers,
What's it called?
What?
What's the team called?
The Denver Broncos? That's my NFL team. That's what I'm saying. What do you mean? What?
Nothing. I just wanted you to say it.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos. That's the NFL team I root for. Now, the problem with the Broncos fans is they're a little bit delusional, and they think that Aaron Rodgers coming over is just going to win them a Super Bowl. I was about to say World Series.
We have a good defense. Top 5 defense.
But does that fucking no? I think they make the playoffs, but do they? I don't even think the Broncos win the division with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think they do.
No shot. Get the fuck out of
here. They don't win the division.
If we have the best defense, and if Aaron Rodgers comes over, we would have the best. Do we have good weapons? Noah Fant, by the way, needs to fucking turn into like a big time tight end. Like
the weapons on the Broncos, no one is arguing. Those are great.
He looks sick. He should be that sick. Like, they gotta feed that guy the ball. That guy can be Travis Kelce-esque. Like the same type of player that Travis Kelce is. I know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Now. Dude,
I don't know.
Dude,
with a better quarterback, he would be better. Fact, of course.
He's just as fast as go. With Peyton Manning, that motherfucker signs a contract for if.
Dude, but look at the weapons Peyton Manning. Look at the weapons Peyton Manning had though when he came over, dude. Were they the same? Were they the same as the Broncos' weapons?
Dude, he turned. Was it Mercedes Lewis?
No. He had. Well, from what I remember,
Who was the quarterback for Mercedes Lewis? I'm pretty sure it was Peyton.
I'm talking about the ones that like when Peyton
$60 million contracts
to Jacksonville. You're saying? I think you're thinking of Julius Thomas. Julius Thomas, right? Because
so stupid.
Right, it's
Please
Julius. It's no, it's Julius Thomas. It was Julius Thomas.
No.
Julius Thomas went to Jacksonville, 100%. Julius Thomas did, and we had Demarius Thomas, and we had Emmanuel Sanders, and
dude,
we had Decker, and we had all these guys, dude.
You make me look stupid right now, but you were so right. It's Julius.
Yeah, so we can call it even on the QBR and Julius Thomas, right? It's the same.
That was a big time mistake on my part. Mercedes Lewis. Okay, so I said Mercedes Lewis because he was also a tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
But Julius was a nobody, and then Peyton came over, and Julius was a monster, absolute monster. Is your point? That's your point, right? So if Rodgers comes over, if Rodgers comes over, he's going to throw the ball to Tim Patrick, great receiver, Jerry Jeudy, great receiver, Cortland Sutton, great receiver. Noah Fant will probably be a lot better. I agree with you. Will he be Travis Kelce? No. Will he be at Julius Thomas's level? Maybe. I don't know.
Julius Thomas is the best tight end in the game for a year.
Because of Peyton Manning.
Touchdowns.
Yeah. No.
Exactly. I'm just saying Noah Fant has all that potential there.
So then Peyton came over. Peyton came over, right? They went to the Super Bowl once against Seattle, and that didn't work out, obviously. Then they lost, I believe, in the AFC Championship or in the Divisional to. They lost to the Ravens, right? The Ravens on the Hail Mary bullshit on the Flacco.
Who was the corner?
Oh shit, I don't know, but it was maybe the worst coverage.
Dude. Oh, we all hate him.
I know it was Jacoby Jones. Jacoby Jones was just somehow open.
Ravens, Broncos
cornerback. Jacoby Jones. I'm just looking at Broncos.
I thought it was Hakeem Nicks.
Tony Carter. Does that sound right? Was it Tony Carter?
No, it wasn't Carter.
There's Raheem Moore. I think it was Raheem Moore. Raheem Moore.
I said Hakeem Nicks. Hakeem Nicks is a defensive tackle.
Yeah. No, it was Raheem Moore. Yeah.
Cut that out.
Raheem Moore. So, anyways, Rodgers will be back.
I said, the dream.
Yeah.
The dream that I wish I ever fucking had.
So Rodgers doesn't retire though. No, he doesn't retire.
No shot.
I mean, he put would he be the first quarterback ever to win the MVP and then just retire? Probably, right?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So after the Saturday games this morning, we had Rams-Bucks, and that was a great football game. Both quarterbacks played very well.
Today
we got
legend.
Treated.
You got one.
So let me ask you this question, and we've had this discussion, and this is definitely a tangent. We can open up now. We'll probably cover at different points, but
we're gonna get after it.
But when Cam Akers gets the carry with whatever it was, 2 minutes left, and the Rams are up by a touchdown, and he fucking fumbles the rock on the 30-yard line. At that point, I sent out so many tweets from the Phenomenal Fam Twitter account. By the way, go follow us. It's at Phenom Fam Media. Either way, follow us on Twitter because I was irate. I was like, the NFL is fucking rigged, dude. When he fumbled that, I was like, this is the most rigged shit I've ever seen in my life. Ever in my life.
Dude, oh my God. Back-to-back fumbles. With Cooper Kupp fumble followed by a Cam Akers fumble. You gotta be shitting me. Dude, call snake eyes in the craps table. We're fucking lying to ourselves if we're saying this ain't rigged.
Rigged. It was rigged.
Dude, it's such a beautiful narrative, you know? Oh, well, Tom is just that great. You know what I mean? That's how it felt.
And that was my argument against Tom Brady for the longest time, man, is that he had so much. You can't attribute a career's worth of success and 7 Super Bowls just to luck. You can't do it, obviously. But the guy
10 to 10, right?
Yeah, I mean I think he's like 7-3, yeah, or something like that. So yeah.
He's been to 10 Super Bowls.
Yeah, more Super Bowls, more than half the seasons he's played, he's been to the Super Bowl. And the rest of them he's probably in the AFC Championship. So it's like it's ridiculous. Or in a championship game.
The Broncos have beat him like twice in the AFC.
Twice, and then the Chiefs beat him. No, Chiefs played him last year. Shit, I don't even know. But
Dude, he's a fucking stud.
Yeah, he's a beast. Okay, no one's arguing that. But again, you want to look at the stats today. Stafford 366, 2 tuds, and then 121 passer rating out of 158, which is really high. And then a 67 QBR, which is
Don't even bring it up. We don't know what the fucking means, Ryan.
So Brady threw for 321, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. So he played okay.
We don't know what it means. All that we all get is.
But hey, I think the thing to take out of this is the Rams. Oh man, it sucks to say because we can make predictions if we want, but I think the winner of this game was going to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I even think even if the Packers would have beat them somehow, I think the winner of this game would have gone to the Super Bowl, no matter what. I think the Bucs would have beat the Packers again because they beat them last year, and I think the Rams were too weaponed out, dude. And they would have held Rodgers next week if they would have played to 17, 20 points. If he played like shit again in cold-ass Lambeau. Dude, there's so many weapons. Dude, the Rams are fucking, I thought they were kind of fraudulent this year. They are fucking good, man. They are good.
I love to say this. I placed a wager with my buddy on, week 4. We were drinking some beers,
hanging out.
And I go, Rams Super Bowl, $50. He goes, Rams aren't winning the fucking Super Bowl. I go, Rams are winning the Super Bowl.
Dude, and I wouldn't have said that a month ago.
And unfortunately, I only gave him 3-1 odds. So I bet 50 to win 150 against him.
And then if they don't, then he takes your 50.
Yeah. Which is horseshit odds on my part
compared to what the sports books are at. Yeah.
We're in week 4. You know what I mean? Give me you got to give me at least plus 700.
Right.
Minimum. Right. So I took it and I was like, I have $50, and today me and Tim were texting, we're riffing back and forth. I go, when they were up big, I go Rams. I go Rams Super Bowl looking pretty good, right? He goes, and then they started coming back. He goes, you better be puckering right now.
Yeah. Well, shit, dude. Everybody was puckering. I mean, dude, Sean McVay over there, they showed him the whole game. He's got his play card over his face, calling offensive plays. What, when he calls the play, fucking halfback gut up the middle, and you're Stafford, and you call the fucking 32 gut, right slant on 1, and then he has to, before he just has to say, and don't fucking fumble. Just don't fucking fumble. That's all you have to do is just don't fumble.
Don't do it.
Just under any, literally, if you feel like you're about to, just pitch it back to me or fucking do something. Throw it forward for an illegal forward pass. I don't even know. How the fuck do you fumble, dude?
Ryan, I have to bring this up right now because I'm remembering it right now. I need to talk about it. So this is something that hasn't really happened in the NFL, that I know of. But remember the Cowboys lost, right?
Yep.
Dak was fucking rushing upfield.
Yeah.
It was a good run, right? So here's the thing. If Dak would have taken that ball and thrown it behind the line of scrimmage, right? Thrown it out of bounds as a fumble.
Or to stop the clock.
Right?
So you're saying he runs forward for 15 yards, first down,
and
then turns around.
They're in a time pitch. As soon as he gets up there and he knows that he has a line to gain, turn and throw it out of bounds because it's a fucking fumble.
As if there's a guy back there to catch the lateral. Maybe there would be, and then it goes out of bounds.
It doesn't even have to be.
Does it stop the clock though, or is it a rule in the NFL that'll 10-second runoff? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. But is it a runoff? It should be.
I don't know. It should be.
A runoff.
And if it's not, people should exploit that rule. You're right, 100%.
It should be a runoff. But also Also, would that be like who's the quarterback that like did the fake slide? What's his name?
Oh, Pickett on Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, University of Pittsburgh.
Would it be a Pickett rule? You know, like
Yeah,
if
they let
if he threw the
they let it
ball,
happen, and then they make it a rule next year. Yeah,
yeah, right. Because it's like in the court of law, right?
yeah, no, yeah, it's
Like
true.
it like right like they would have
Because
stopped the
Pickett did a
clock.
fake slide, and then they're like, no more fake slides. Like, you can't fucking
Right,
do that.
exactly. So
Yeah.
so if you threw the ball out of bounds backwards, would it be like?
Well, if anything, I just feel like they just.
you cheap fucks.
I mean, we could go into that play too, but if anything, they just had to have something better drawn up. Have him run 15 yards and have a receiver line up, and once he passes the line of scrimmage, everyone bails and goes after him, and then have CeeDee Lamb just tailing him 2 yards behind, and then just fire it to CeeDee Lamb, who could even catch it and then go out of bounds, stop the clock, or do something. If you have no timeouts, like, what a dumbass play. Either way.
The lateral rule in the NFL like does not get exposed as much as it should.
I agree.
Like,
well, they did it on the first play of that drive. Didn't they do the hook and ladder, and then they got out of bounds? First play, they got like a 25-yard chunk play because they hit a guy across the middle, and he fucking lateraled it, hook and ladder, and he fucking took the lateral, ran around the edge for another 15 yards, and then went out of bounds. And as soon as that play happened, I was like, dude, do that again 4 more times, literally, until they catch on to it. Maybe they would have caught on, second time around. I was like, what a brilliant, yeah, dude, the lateral is like, and every time the hook and ladder happens, the defense is always like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? No, I agree. Lateral should be exploited a lot more. But point is, Rams beat the Bucks. And I think the thing to take away from this game and the whole season is if Cooper Kupp is not a top 5 fantasy pick next year, maybe number 1. Dude, he is a beast.
On top of that, I am fucking so sick of the MVP vote.
Yeah, like, Cooper Kupp should be the MVP.
Of course, this is the fucking quarterback, right? Like, oh, dude, he is the director of a team. He is the instigator of all offensive violence.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like to see a guy like Cooper Kupp win a triple crown and not get an MVP, or a guy like Jonathan Taylor has 20 fucking rushing touchdowns, and just beast it. And in that situation, like everyone's like, oh, they have a good running back. They have Carson Wentz. It's like, well, like, come on, do some math in your head.
It speaks volumes too, because you have Kupp that does such a good job on offense this year, and then Matt Stafford's probably not going to get any MVP votes. Like, he had a really good year, right? But he's not going to get like talked about like Brady and Rodgers. So clearly, the fact that Stafford even had a good enough year, you have to give so much credit to Cooper Kupp. Like, so much fucking credit. Like, he basically, I don't want to say carried, but dude, how many times did Stafford target? I mean, I would love to see his.
He won the fucking game today.
He won the game today.
He even fumbled.
He fumbled and it didn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like the only reasoning about it's like other players fumble, but when Cooper Kupp does it, God forbid. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
whatever. Yeah, it's like whatever.
Dude, this guy gets so many fucking touches. He's running the ball down the field all day long.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, at the end of the day, he caught a 60-yard pass to put them in a field goal position.
Before that, he caught a 25-yarder, didn't he? And then he got out of bounds, or 30-yarder.
Yeah, he's a
dude. He's a beast.
Stud.
He's a fucking freak.
He's a bona fide ace.
Yeah, he's a beast. No, he's a beast. And yeah, I mean, I think the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. That's my pick. They're representing the NFC. I don't know if they're going to win. I don't know who they're going to play. Probably going to play the Chiefs. And then, I mean, I'm not going to make official picks. We can do that next, later episode or whatever. But speaking of the Chiefs, last game of the night, obviously the best game of the weekend. So I think this whole story of this game, besides the fact that obviously Josh Allen is just a fucking cheat code, and so is Patrick Mahomes. I think the story of this game is that it's similar to what we were just talking about, where something happens. There may not be enough uproar about this game for the rule to actually come into effect or change, but I think the same thing happened when they did implement the overtime rule, where you had to score a touchdown on the first play, because teams would just go down the field into field goal range and kick it and win. Before, in the old rule, were just first points win the overtime. That's stupid. So then they changed it to touchdown. But the bottom line is, and everybody said it about this game. Whoever wins the coin toss wins the game. That's what everybody fucking said. Everybody. Anybody with the right mind watching that game was like, coin toss winner wins the football game. That's it.
I don't have an actual number for you, Ryan, but like there were 7. Okay, I'm not a guy that likes to exaggerate, but there were 17 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes.
Correct. There's 25 points, I think, in the last 2 minutes.
Gabriel Davis scored 4 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes. Tyreek had 2. Kelsey had 1. Clyde had fucking
no, but
1. You know, like it was so stupid. It's like how could we take an offensive juggernaut battle like this
to have it end on a just coin toss? Yeah.
You don't get a score.
Yeah, you don't even get to touch the ball. Like, that's just not fair. If anything, and they've talked about other rules where it's like the onside kick. It's been implemented in other leagues where instead of an onside kick, they've talked about substituting it for, let's say the Bills score a touchdown and they need the ball back. They get the ball back on their own 20-yard line, and it's 4th down and 15. That's your option to get the ball back. You have to get a first down, then you keep it. I think that'd be a great rule. On top of that, dude, if the Chiefs score a touchdown, which they did, you just have to give Buffalo the ball back. You have to give them the ball back. You have to.
Give them a chance.
You have to give them a chance. It's literally, I know the NFL barely gives a fuck about.
Bad. Dude, it's going back like they need like DraftKings. They need us. Like, come on, like thoughts like this, customer experience, like fan viewership. Like,
how much more fun? How much more fun would that have been for the game? How much more fun if they were just dueling it out back, just touchdown. The next thing you know, it's 68-68 in double OT. You know what I mean? And like time, God, man,
fuck up.
Dude, exactly. But you can't. Oh, it sucks, man. It sucks for Josh Allen because he obviously played his dick off. He played his heart out, dude. And he lost.
Watching him on the sideline, fucking not have a chance.
Just sit there with the coat on.
After he balled his fucking ass off.
Dude, he scored a go-ahead touchdown, and then the Chiefs go down.
He threw for fucking 340 and 4 tutties, dude. Like that's a fucking gangster.
That's a win. Game. That's a win. You win the football game if you do that. Yeah.
That's a gangster ass.
And even if it's not a win and the other side's dueling you or matching you blow for blow, that's fine. You have to just give them a chance. You just have to give them a chance. That's such bullshit. But
it's fucking.
Bottom line is Chiefs won. Sucks for the Bills. I mean, yeah. This game, in my opinion, was also that even if the Titans won and they were hosting next week, this game was the AFC Championship, in my opinion. This game, the winner of this is going to the Super Bowl. So, you know what I mean? Like the Bills, if the Bills win this game, they're not losing to Tennessee. In Tennessee, they're not losing that game. Josh Allen's going to do the same thing and throw for 340 and 4 touchdowns. He's just a beast, dude.
Well, here's my thing about it now, though. It's like Joey B is playing Kansas City, but like he just beat Kansas City.
He did. He did beat Kansas City. I think it'll be a good game like this, but I think the Chiefs are just too loaded, man. They're just too fucking loaded. It sucks. Doesn't suck. I mean, it's good, but it's just like, dude, that's where sports for me start to lose fan interest when it's the same fucking team getting in the postseason, getting in the Super Bowl, the championship game. Like, dude, when the NBA had fucking Warriors, Cavs 4 years in a row in the NBA Finals, it's like, dude, by the third year, you're like, okay, like, fuck, we get it. They have Durant. They have Steph Curry. They have Klay Thompson. The Cavs have LeBron. Okay. Like, we get it. So it's like, we know the Chiefs. But, I mean, I think it is after this year, Mahomes is eating up so much money, they can't re-sign Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. So they'll have to pick one.
Yeah, that's true. But
I don't know. If I had to sign one of those two guys?
Kelsey, I think I take Kelsey. I think the tight end position is a more dynamic position. So I think it's harder for you to have a good tight end than to have a good wide receiver.
I take Kelsey. I take Kelsey over Tyreek Hill. So that pretty much covers the games this weekend. Fun to talk about, obviously. So we got Chiefs, Bengals, Rams, 49ers. I think there's 2 obvious winners in those games, but we can make our picks later in the week, I guess. But yeah, we got a little bit spoiled this week. I think it's gonna suck a little bit next week, because I don't know if the games will be as good. I think
Dude, ridiculously good week of football.
And there's only 4 games, dude.
On.
Yeah.
That dude, like going back to the rigged subject, like, come on, like fucking the Bills Chiefs game, like at the finale of the week, leave it on our minds. Dude, there was like 427 points scored.
That was
in the final.
I feel like that might have been the easiest bet of the weekend was the over in that game. Like it was just like
but gambling hindsight's so fucking stupid. Gambling hindsight is 2020. Like, poacher.
Yeah.
Could have put on the over. Of course, it's in school until it fucking doesn't hit.
Well, dude, and then even Mahomes going down with 13 seconds and then just getting the field goal range, like from the 20-yard line or whatever. Like, okay, so here's the last thing I'll say about that game.
How much time did he have to give? 20 seconds.
13 seconds. 13 seconds to go like 60 yards.
It was 18.
Dude, I'll look right now.
No, you're right. It was 13. It was 13. He threw the pass, and then they called the timeout. It was 8 left.
Yeah, if you look at the play-by-play, in the fourth quarter,
fucking bullshit.
Tyler Bass kicks off.
Rigged.
Here's my thing, too. This is what I was getting at. Tyler Bass kicks off with 13 seconds left. It goes through the back of the end zone. Chiefs get it on the 25-yard line. Shotgun pass to Mahomes to Kelsey for 25. What?
Squib it. By the way,
that was what I was going to say. Dude, squib it or don't. If you don't squib it, kick it to the 5-yard line or the 10-yard line. Because if anything, they'll catch it. I mean, I guess you're risking a return, and they do have explosive guys. But just like swarm the ball and tackle them. Squib the ball, swarm it, and make somebody else pick it up. Or if you let Byron Pringle, whoever's back there, or Tyreek Hill catch the return, have him catch it on the 5-yard line, and then he runs it. What does he get to the 30-yard line? Maybe he breaks it off and they score, but like that's a risk I'm willing to take over giving them maximum amount of time. Kick it, because then the first pass is completed. It was a 5-second play for 25 yards. And they ran 5 seconds off the fucking clock. So then you're at 8 seconds, and then he runs another 5-second play. Oh wait, the first play was Tyreek Hill for 44 yards. That was the first play for 5 seconds. He ran 44 yards in 5 seconds. 44 yards. And the next play was to Kelsey to get him in a field goal range, 25 yards in 5 seconds. And they call a timeout. It's like, dude, you just can't. Or, dude, I don't even know, but and Romo.
Or defense, show the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what Romo said Romo said that in the game when after Kelsey's catch. He was like, why are they rushing 4 dudes with a linebacker spy or like a zone linebacker? Like, rush 2 or maybe 3. Put all your DBs on the field and don't put them in 50 yards back to stop a Hail Mary. They're obviously going to try to take the chunks. Dude, you got to play like almost double coverage on every receiver, and you'd rather let Mahomes run around and scramble, right? Run around and scramble for fucking...
And throw a Hail Mary.
And then throw a Hail Mary. Or if he runs around and scrambles for 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, every time that's 5 seconds off the clock. Like, there's just so much more I think the Bills could have done. Man, because they were in such a good spot to win that game.
You know what pisses me off, Ryan? Is like, you guys are the guys on the couch.
Right.
Fucking,
Yeah.
watching. You know what? You fucking mismanaged the game.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, you're a coach. You did it wrong.
And if you're the Chiefs, you did it right. I mean, holy shit.
You pulled the starter. You pulled the starter, and the reliever got lit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that in my mind, that's what it's like. It's like we're supposed to. Like, I always wonder the entry pool to being a coach. There's not that many people trying to be fucking football coaches.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, like, we work for sports gambling companies, right? There's a bigger pool of people trying for your position than there is people trying to be an NFL coach. Right?
Yeah.
I actually almost promised that. There's more people off the street that think they can get your position.
Look at this play-by-play in the end of this game, too.
That's why they're hiring young guys. These guys are not, dude, they're not.
Josh Allen gets the ball back with 8 minutes. What?
They're Madden players.
Yeah, they are. It was literally like Madden at the end of the game. It was like Madden. It was ridiculous.
They're Madden players. They're pressing the wrong button.
Allen goes down the field, throws a 4th down and 13 pass to Gabriel Davis for a 27-yard touchdown with 1:54 left. 1:54. This play-by-play just shows that you can expand the full plays of every drive, or it just shows the result of the drive. 1:54, touchdown, Buffalo to take the lead. Kansas City, touchdown, 5 plays, 52 seconds. The Bills get the ball back, 49 seconds, touchdown. Field goal, 13. Dude, there was 4 touchdowns under. There's 3 touchdowns and a field goal under. And one of the touchdowns, a 2-point conversion, it was 25 points scored in the final 1:54 of the fucking football game. That's ridiculous. I mean, we got spoiled, but 25 points. There's 3 touchdowns and a field goal, and one of the touchdowns was an 8-point. It was a 2-point conversion.
In the final what?
1:54. 25 points under 2 minutes.
You gotta be fucking me, dude.
Dude, that's crazy.
Vegas is.
They love it, dude. Yeah.
Dude.
And now the over under next week. What's the number going to be? Kansas City with defense that just gave up 36 and Joe Burrow, and then the Bengals defense that's actually played really well and they just beat them. Wasn't the final score of that game like 49-42?
No.
Cincinnati
30 like 32 31 or something like that.
Okay, so if it's anything like that though, that's 60 points. So is the over under going to come out at 58? Like, is it going to be some monster number, or is it going to be like 51, or is it like?
I know, but like.
Well, why don't we just fucking look, because it's probably up already.
I bet you it is. But Ryan, that's the whole fucking name of the podcast that we're talking about. The under.
Over under is 53.5 for the Bengals and Chiefs. 53.5. I'd bet the over 100 times in that. I know that's a high number, but you just have to think about how much this game was just such a panic mode at the end. I think that game goes over, as opposed to the 49ers Rams at 46.5. That's a full touchdown lower. That's pretty funny. I don't know. Rams are favored by 3. Chiefs are favored by 7. I take both of those. I take both favorites. They're both at home. Rams showed up. Dude, and the Rams, I wouldn't have said that a month ago, but apparently Von Miller is just 2015 Super Bowl MVP Von Miller on the Rams. Just had like 3 sacks.
That's what happened. That's what happens when you don't like fucking work for a team that fucking sucks dick. Dude, yeah. Our team is ass, dude. Like, we had Drew Lock and a bunch of.
Yeah, he wasn't motivated. He wasn't motivated to play, which I understand. But
I mean, how are you supposed to be?
No, I agree. But yeah, no, it's.
Yeah, Von's charged. Von's fucking charged.
He's fired up, dude.
He's fucking charged.
And with Aaron Donald, dude, like that's tough to stop. But
dude, who's the other DN over there?
Well, anyways, we've pretty much covered every topic that we wanted to talk about. We covered the football. Next episode, I'm guessing we'll probably in a couple days.
How about gambling is rigged?
Yeah, talk about how Vegas has their hands wrapped around the nuts of the NFL and Goodell, which probably true. And then we'll talk about baseball maybe a little bit, because by this time in our next podcast, this is Sunday night. Tomorrow, the league and the Players Association is supposed to have another meeting. I don't know what the fuck that means, or if they're going to do anything.
Are we still in holdout mode?
Yeah, we're still in holdout, and the league made a proposal to the Players Association like last week, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll schedule another meeting for 10 days from now, even though the season's supposed to start in 3 weeks. But we'll start it." And the players are submitting a counter proposal to the league tomorrow. And the league will probably look at it, just like the players looked at it, and be insulted by how disgusting the offer is, even though it's probably pretty reasonable.
It's like, oh, you would make $17 million this year.
Yeah, it's.
You know like that.
It's a joke. We'll get in. We can get into that in our next
exactly
episode.
Let's leave that for another time.
Yeah, but I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Fuck off.
I think that pretty much wraps it up. Rolly's getting peppered by Siri over there, and unless you got anything else, Jared, I think we'll leave it for the next episode. But for those of you guys who did tune in, we'll put some of these highlights on TikTok. Some of these debatable topics down here. We have the stuff about Debo, where Rodgers will end up, NFL being rigged, overtime rule. That'll all be featured on TikTok. So hopefully you guys come over and get a taste of the full piece of what we were talking about with those. But yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all we got. It's the first episode. We were kind of riffing a little bit. Those of you guys that are tuning in on YouTube, you'll see this little box, hopefully fill in with some Twitch comments, because we'll be up and live on Twitch our next episode. So hopefully we get some more viewers on there, get some people tuned in, chiming in a little bit, get some feedback, because I think that'll be fun too, to have people live on Twitch throwing their comments in, when Rolly goes, Debo's the most explosive player, and people are going to shit their pants about it. And that's great. Like, that's what we want, is a little back and forth, a little feedback. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in to whoever did. And I guess we'll just catch you guys on the next episode of Phenomenal Fan Podcast, and maybe some other ones with the DGen Pen, baseball specific one, whatever we end up naming that. But it's been a pleasure, Jared. We'll catch you guys on the next one.